It's my understanding that I am to give tonight present a budget to the City Council, and I wish to present that budget for fiscal year 2012. Tonight I will present a budget for fiscal year 2012 that will transform government services and, with your approval, respond to the direction that our citizens have told us they want us to go, the continuing of our emphasis on economic development and our quality of life. With the implementation of Planet Tulsa and the KPMG report, we have started the process of improving the management of our government. Some costs of operating the city will increase, such as the fuel prices. But if we spend wisely and in the right places, we can invest in our city's future and provide opportunity for savings as well as job growth. I point to my speech to the Terror Board yesterday regarding compressed natural gas, as well as to our decision to change our time and attendance system as examples of these type of investments. Fortunately, I'm able to deliver a much positive message today than last year. Other cities are preparing to prepare budgets, and they're not so fortunate. As cities across the country continue to struggle and reduce services, this city is in a position to aggressively move forward. The proposed fiscal year 2012 budget is once again based on a sound set of conservative principles and policies to create a balance, to live within our means, while improving on the core services that our citizens expect from their city government. Recently, the Reason Foundation issued its 2010 report on cities that they determined to be well managed based upon the principles of limited government, transparency, and innovative ideas. I'm pleased to report that Tulsa was not just mentioned once. We were given a very positive review and identified 4 times in it for our management initiatives. We will continue in that direction in this next fiscal year based on innovative ideas coming from proven best practices by good management and leadership. This year's budget is based in large part upon something that has never been considered in the past, our recent citizen survey, which I hold in my hands. All of you have seen. Very thick document, well done, well presented, terrific amount of information. Through the generosity of the Tulsa Community Foundation, we, for the first time, the very first time, asked the entirety of this city for their opinion. It is upon those results that much of this proposed budget is based. In a real sense, this is the first citizens' budget. Every dollar we receive and spend comes from the citizens, and this is our opportunity to take direction from the taxpayers. All of us have seen copies of this survey. The results are given for the entirety of the city, as well as for each city council district. It was a very thorough survey. We have all been given a thorough analysis of the survey, both on a citywide as well as on a city council district basis. The citizens' recommended priorities came through loud and clear, and they are, but not limited to: beautification efforts, economic development initiatives, quality of life enhancements, street improvements, smart but frugal spending policies. You'll see that in this budget, each of these has received an increased level of funding compared to last year's budget. This budget responds directly to the voices of the people of Tulsa. A big part of any economic development effort is how a city looks and how it plans for its future. We know from this survey that a majority of Tulsans believe that we are moving in the right direction. The policy and investment decisions that we make will determine what our city will become. The RFP to develop the Arkansas River that will be available tomorrow is an example of how we see the future for our city. The operation and capital budgets presented tonight keep us going in the right direction by investing over $640 million in our future. In this budget, we propose to double code enforcement efforts, continue to increase funding to address the demolition of dilapidated structures, increase mowing on city land from 6 to at least 10 cycles, provide capital for our zoo and parks, open 5 public pools and 4 water parks for our children, increase our supplies for volunteers to use for graffiti removal, increase our salt reserve, increase our investment in CNG, make a capital investment in the Gilcrease Museum, and continue our emphasis on a model flood control program. In the area of strengthening public safety, we have budgeted for 1 police academy and 1 fire academy next year. We are including department requests for fire apparatus, police vehicles, safety vests, IMSA ambulances, and we are in negotiation with all unions on increased compensation for employees. At approximately mid-year in fiscal 2012, if our actual revenues are exceeding our forecast, then we will seriously consider adding an additional police and/or fire academy. The number one issue for Tulsans is the condition of our streets. This is not surprising, as we are almost halfway through the Fix Our Street program. So far, it is being successfully managed. In this next fiscal year, about $70 million in sales tax and capital bond issues will come online for construction, maintenance, and rehabilitation projects. We are catching up after years of neglect. We all do realize very well the importance of a sensible ongoing maintenance program. In years past, we have not done as good a job as we should have to keep our streets from falling into disrepair. This year, we will launch the most aggressive and comprehensive plan to catch up on our maintenance. We propose increased spending on pothole repairs, crack sealing, and guardrail replacement. We also know from our most recent blizzard that we need to increase our snow removal capability. This budget includes funding to equip 5 additional trucks with new snow plows and new salt spreaders. We will also have contracts in place with private contractors should we have a need to call upon them again. Our blizzard debriefing effort continues, and you will soon hear about a variety of improvements to our response to future weather-related events. Any budgetary needs will be addressed prior to your final adoption of this budget during the technical correction phase in June. We are reorganizing many citizen services that primarily deal with citizen questions and requests into a new customer care service department. Every contact which a citizen has with this city should be with a knowledgeable, courteous, and helpful professional. We have a great group of employees, but they need a less cumbersome structure. This consolidation will not only provide cost-saving opportunities, but will also provide for cross-training so all of our customer care employees can help citizens looking for assistance. When there is a sudden increase in calls for a particular need, more people will be available to answer calls and give direction. Being put on hold will be a thing of the past. System-wide, the water rate increase is 7%, and the wastewater is proposed to increase by 9%. There is no increase anticipated in this budget for stormwater fees or IMSA fees in this budget. The Tulsa Authority for the Recovery of Energy, TARE, has requested an 8% increase in rates for the first time in more than a decade. In 2007, the TARE Board reduced rates for trash service. This proposed increase, proposed increase, will bring rates up to the same level as they were prior to 2007, when the TARE Board actually decreased their rates. The rate increase will go towards startup costs for the new refuse contracts anticipated to be executed in fiscal year 2012, and the new green waste collection program. We are anticipating a visionary, all-encompassing contract from TARE regarding our trash removal and recycling opportunities. Additionally, we anticipate a trend-setting commitment regarding the use of CNG as a fuel that will be the beginning of a Tulsa once again staking the flag to become the center of the energy universe in both traditional energy sources as well as most of the known alternative energies. All rate increases on the utility bill for an average household user would amount to approximately $4.37 a month. During the next fiscal year, a number of new and innovative initiatives will be launched that will continue our focus on strengthening our economic development position, improving the quality of life for Tulsans, and continuing with a high-performing and well-managed government. Some of these will include reforming the purchasing and procurement administration of our government, launching an aggressive Lights On program to get more street lights installed in more neighborhoods, implementation of the Parks Master Plan, moving forward with the responses from the River RFP that we anticipate receiving beginning in August of this year, the beginning of a new initiative across the generations, what we owe each other, to prepare the city for our aging population. This will be a very interesting exercise that we anticipate getting worldwide note. Number 6, restructuring the Department of Grants Administration, implementing the recommendations from the City-County Collaborative Committee. We've had great success in that committee meeting, those committee meetings. Continued implementation of cost savings and efficiency measures for city services, and greater efforts on local sales tax auditing and collections. We are now implementing the transformational changes in government that will allow us to manage operations, communicate, and respond better to citizen expectations. Our investment in our neighborhoods, public safety, streets, and economic development will lead to big improvements for our citizens in the areas of their greatest concerns. Tulsa's future is bright. We continue to see our downtown grow and prosper. We are seeing improved employment rates. A consolidated effort to complete the Gilcrease Expressway is far underway. We are seeing more attention to our intermodal transportation project. We are also joining the effort to support our Tulsa Public School District to repair and improve our school system, which will be a benefit for all Tulsans and is essential to our success as a community. Councilors, I thank you for your attention and your consideration of this proposed budget. Over the next few weeks, we will be available to answer your questions and discuss this very important investment and group of investments that I have outlined here tonight on behalf of our citizens, because this is the citizens' budget. Thank you very much.
Are there any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.